What's up, my beautiful people? It is Boo from Mile High Distilling, back with another video for you all. I'm pretty excited for this one because today on this channel we are going to be fermenting Dunder. This is my first ever Dunder. We've talked about Dunder a few times on this channel, but of course it's too fitting to not talk about in this video as well. So if you've heard this explanation, get ready to hear it again. Let's talk about Dunder. Traditionally, Dunder is made through something known as a Dunder pit. In a lot of different islands in the Caribbean, Jamaica, things like that, you have these massive pits, and usually, traditionally, they'd be filled with like rotting goat heads, chicken carcasses, things like that. These bones and these different parts of animals and different things were filled with bacteria, and this seemed to respond really well and create a fermentation that's just so unique. It's such a crazy funk to it. In fact, it's so crazy that in Dunder pits, there are stories where bats will fly overhead on these Dunder pits and get knocked out from the smell and fall into the Dunder pit. So traditional style rums, they might have a mix of chicken carcasses, goat heads, bat carcasses, and maybe more. We're not crazy enough to do that. I don't really feel like going around through a bunch of farms with a bow and arrow, trying to get the resources to do that myself. So we're gonna cheat a little bit. We're basically just using an alternative to using that Dunder pit. You can create a Dunder through what's called the lees, which are the semi-solids that are found at the bottom of your fermentation vessel after fermentation is completed, as well as using some of your spent wash that's found in the end of your run. You distill a rum, and then what's left in that boiler, the spent wash, it's full of all those esters that we want in our Dunder. It's basically just your backset in a way. So a few weeks ago on this channel, we did go ahead and distill our rum the first time around. It was super high funk, very high ester rum. I really would encourage you guys to watch that video. It's going to be found in one of these two corners, which I always seem to forget which one it pops in. I think it's this one. And also at the end of this video, feel free to watch this one. At the end, you're going to see a card with a direct click right to that first rum video. But you'll see in that video how we got our Dunder, basically. What I'm most excited for about doing this video and doing this Dunder for the first time is Dunder is sometimes, I would say more times than not, a multi-generational thing. So basically, we're gonna make this Dunder batch, and it could very well be something to where we have to run this, distill that Dunder rum, and then we're gonna have to come back in with all those lees and all that backset, ferment it again, and then repeat the process. Ferment that, distill it, and so on and so forth until we're at third or fourth generation of that, until our rum really starts getting what we're looking for. That's definitely not always the case. We might come out first run with the sort of characteristics we're looking for, but honestly, I'm almost hoping that we don't. I want to be able to do this multi-generationally, come out with just a fantastic rum over the course of like the next month or so. Just keep on fermenting, distilling, fermenting, distilling. So I guess we'll see. But I think it's really cool. That's going to be my first multi-generational sort of recipe type design. Sour mash, which is another multi-generational thing, is going to come up in a future video pretty soon. But this will definitely make its mark. This will be our first one we do on this channel. All right, in this boiler, I'm going to have my Dunder, essentially. We did mention this last video. When you are collecting Dunder, I would not recommend doing it in any sort of polyethylene or other food-grade plastic material. That backset that we find in the boiler is a little bit too high of alcohol percentage for me to risk it. You might be able to get away with it. It's not something I do because plastic can leach flavors of alcohol and can ruin your batch. That 3 gallons is going to be nearly perfect because as far as the research I've done indicates, as well as great supporters that watch these videos, thank you to Whiskey Wookie, Navy Mark, sorry if I forgot a few, but you guys have been awesome at providing kind of your tips and your feedback on different things that we talk about doing or do. So I think we're all kind of on the same page from what I see. The correct ratio of Dunder to use for your fermentation is around 25%. So we're gonna have 25% of this new fermentation filled with Dunder. We're gonna pitch some fresh panela sugar, probably what we're gonna do, maybe some molasses, maybe a blend, as well as get some more water in there, obviously, and then some yeast. We're trying to create 2 6-gallon batches for this video. So if I have 3 gallons in here, I'm gonna have 1.5, just half it completely, 1.5 in one fermenter, 1.5 in the other. and we'll get our 6-gallon recipe done with what should be a pretty sufficient amount of Dunder. We don't want to go too crazy with it, then I think we'll get over funky. I don't know. I think we will have our sweet spot with about 25%. So let's give it a shot. I want to get right into it here. I'm going to get 2 new fermenters. I'm going to get my sugar and probably some molasses ready, and we're going to get at it. Okay? Stay tuned. Look at this, guys. We got our first contribution. That looks to be a weevil. He is going to be the first sacrifice to our Dunder pit. This was meant to be. Let's get at it. I'm still going to have a bunch of Dunder sitting at that bottom. You best believe that I want that. So I'm going to go ahead and get some water in here and dump the remainder between these 2 buckets. Boom, finished up. Here's what's even better, okay? As you guys know, we sell distilling equipment here. We have something called a thumper. It's an 8 to 3 gallon thumper. Guess what I can use as my thumper from this run? So this is going to be phenomenal. We'll create that Dunder and use this as our thumper pot. Now let's go ahead and add 8 pounds worth of panela sugar, a very high grade sugar source that's mainly just evaporated cane juice, no added anything into here. Adding about 8 pounds of this panela sugar into this Dunder, which already has our backset from our last watch, which was about 10 to 20% alcohol by volume in there. I think everything should be coming out around 10% with just 8 pounds of added sugar. We'll see. We're like 10.5. That might be even 11. So 11% we'll say. Well, let's say 10.5. Don't get our hopes up too much. I would say that's pretty much perfect. That's like right where we want a rum. We don't want to go too high in alcohol percentage. From there, we're going to start taking away from some natural characteristics of that rum. We want it to be funky, not too stripped. We really want that flavor in there. So I would say no higher than 12%. I know some people that go up to like 15, but I'm loving 10.5. We'll call it 10.5. From here, it's pretty simple. We're just going to go ahead and fill the rest of our bucket up with water. I'm going to use a mix of hot water to dissolve that sugar even just a tiny bit more. And then I'm going to finish with a topper of cold water to bring that temperature down so that hopefully I can just pitch my yeast like right away rather than having to wait for it to cool down. I guess we'll see. From here, if you're doing this at home, go ahead and look at the yeast you have, figure out its optimal temperature range where that yeast needs to be to thrive, and then try to get your bucket down to that temperature. Hot water in. Smells pretty much just like our initial panela run did. Maybe even a little bit lighter, which would make sense, I think, because we have all that extra alcohol in here. So it's less of that fermentation base and basically some fermentation mixed with a good amount of actual distillate. And then there's that cold water going in. Looks like I'm sitting about 110 degrees. I want to be about 85. I'm going to let this cool down a bit and we'll finish with our last thing we have to do, which is pitch yeast. I'm going to be using Still Spirits rum yeast, which is a phenomenal strain of yeast, specialty towards rum. Obviously, that's designed to give us a really nice congener profile. That should help with fruity esters and aromas coming over into that fermentation. And then I'm also going to add some superfood, which is a really high quality yeast nutrient. It's said to be around like 37% better than diammonium phosphate, which is another widely used nutrient. I don't know if that's true or not. I just know it's a good yeast. It's a good yeast nutrient. And so we'll add some of that with our rum and try to produce that best profile we can for our Dunder base. And we're looking just about perfect to add our yeast. Let's Let's go ahead and add our still spirits rum yeast. Love this yeast for rums. Each packet's good for about 6.5 gallons. We're doing 6, but whatever, doesn't matter that much. Go ahead and just pitch that in. And then before we start stirring, we've got superfood here. We're gonna add about 1.5 teaspoons, which is gonna equate to about half a tablespoon. So go ahead and get that in there. Give that a really vigorous stir. Get that oxygen moving through the bucket. We're gonna want lots of oxygen for this. And hopefully we won't have to hit it with nitrogen or anything like that. I doubt it. Just like that, guys. First generation Dunder has been created. Before we go ahead and close out, finish this video out, anyone who knows this channel knows it's probably shot time about now. So guys, typically I give a shot to you guys. I want to thank you for your support and everything like that. And I still do appreciate that, but I need you guys to take a shot for me this time around, okay? I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm really hoping this Dunder is going to turn out good. So please, if you have a nice rum or really whatever you want, can you pour a shot for me? Can you cheers me and wish me good luck? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to our channel. And also, please be sure to take this shot with me, okay? This is that rum that we distilled to make this Dunder, and it's been sitting under oak for a while. It's so good. I'm really hoping if that rum turned out that way, that this is going to be an even better strain or generation of it. So guys, thank you once more. We appreciate you watching, and take care, okay?